Well, good evening and welcome to the Cattlemen's Congress here in Oklahoma City in your Jim Norick Arena. At this time, I'll ask you all to rise for our national anthem. I'd like to introduce you Mr. Lake Carpenter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
There comes a time when tradition meets tomorrow, when the rubber meets the road, and when it's time to step up to the plate. There comes a time when change is the only way forward. Together, we've created something special, a show managed by cattlemen for cattlemen. This place, this event, exists solely for you. For cattlemen and women to gather, exhibit, and market your cattle. Because we know that in life, there truly is no replacement for a good old-fashioned handshake. Here, we brought the best people, the best cattle, and the best industry together. Today, we start a new tradition. The Cattlemen's Congress, the gathering of an industry.
Well, it is my pleasure at this time to introduce to you all of our champions of your junior shows here at the Cattlemen's Congress. Coming out of your Angus division, your champion Angus female was exhibited by Paige Lemonager of Hudson, Illinois, with MLA Proven Queen 975. Your champion balancer female exhibited by Braylon Schaefer of Hagerstown, Indiana, with BCFG Butler's Miss Greta 730F. Your grand champion Black Brangus heifer was exhibited by Maddox Hartman and Luchert Cattle of McCoy, Texas, with LRMS Brooklyn 38G12. Your grand champion Ultra Black Brangus heifer exhibited by Emily Jackson and Jackson's Double J Brangus of Gentry, Arkansas, with Soon's Miss Business Line 416H49. Your grand champion Red Brangus female is exhibited by Truett Marks and Tex Home Run of Waxahachie, Texas with KTS Miss Dixie 800H. Your grand champion Charlotte female is exhibited by Kelton Arthur of Stillwater, Oklahoma with BSCC Miss Gazelle 221G. Your grand champion composite Charlotte was exhibited by Kennedy Arthur of Stillwater, Oklahoma with Ken's Coconut. Your grand champion key female is exhibited by Sarah Sullivan, Dunlap, Iowa with JSOL Houdat Whitney 091HET. Your grand champion key Angus female is exhibited by Kylie Myers and Cardinal Cattle Company of Wyoming, Illinois with LLW Card Caroline 236G. Your grand champion polled Hereford female is exhibited by Lauren May of Mineral Point, Wisconsin with Purple HB L May Star 189G. Your grand champion Horned Hereford female is exhibited by Mason Allen, Nacona, Texas. Coming in the ring now is your grand champion Limflex female exhibited by McKenna Richardson of Eureka, Kansas with Ratliff Gabby 901GET. Your grand champion Maine Anjou female is exhibited by Devin Morton and Buck Cattle Company along with Morton Farms of Stratford, Oklahoma with MTF Goosebumps 901G. Your grand champion Maine Angus female exhibited by Sarah Sullivan, Dunlap, Iowa with ALAP Miss Gypsy. And your grand champion Maintainer female exhibited by Whitney Walker. This is a bred and owned female out of Prairie Grove, Arkansas, WSCC Stack Lucy DT046H. Coming out of your Red Angus ring, your grand champion was exhibited by Cass Kleeman along with TC Reds of Ringgold, Wisconsin and Brayer, Missouri with TC Ingrid 64G. Grand champion Shorthorn female exhibited by Mackenzie Laurie of Royce City, Texas with CF Sunflower 965 URX. Your grand champion Shorthorn Plus female was exhibited by Kennedy Arthur of Stillwater, Oklahoma with NIKL Blue Charm 064HET. Your grand champion Simmental female comes to you from Sarah Sullivan, Dunlap, Iowa, JASS Wheel and Deal 04G. Your grand champion Percentage Simmental also exhibited by Sarah Sullivan, Dunlap, Iowa with JSOL Crystal Lover 9848G. And your grand champion Simbra female was exhibited by Carter Peoples and Hagen Cattle Company, Rockwall, Texas, with Hagen Berta 50H. For those of you that are joining us ringside, please join me in a round of applause for all of our junior heifer exhibitors here at the Cattlemen's Congress, Oklahoma City.
Instead of introducing Tyler,
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Gerald Callahan, the chairman of the Cattlemen's Congress.
Thank you very much. First off, I'd like to give a big shout out and a thank you to all those in attendance this evening, and a particular thank you to all the exhibitors, all the contestants, all the juniors that came to Oklahoma City to be with us last week and this week. And we tried to stand this thing up in pretty short order, and I think it's important in the livestock business and the cattle business that we keep activity and commerce going. And I'd like to thank Oklahoma City and all the people that helped make this possible. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our board of directors. If they'd stand up, Bob Funk's on the board. Next to him, Jimmy Harrell. Out here in the ring, Blake Nelson. Raise your hand, there's Blake. Next to him, Shane Bedwell. Raise your hand, Shane. Jacqueline Upperman, who could not be with us this evening, is also on our board. And then Jennifer Callahan's running around here somewhere as well. But we've had a lot of fun. We've worked, I think, really well together. Tyler Norvell is on our board, and as well as being the CEO of OYE, and his staff and himself have done a wonderful job. We brought in Erin Dorsey, who used to help with the National Western, and she's done well. But Cass, Bray, JD, the whole crew have just been wonderful to work with, and I'd like to give a big shout out to all of them for doing a fantastic job. We hope you've enjoyed Oklahoma City. We're going to work this group and then the opens, and thank you and hope to see you again.
At this time, I'd like to go ahead and introduce to you our junior show judges for this evening. Your first junior show judge is Mr. Jerry Heifer of Orlando, Oklahoma. He's the owner and operator of Heifer Farms. He attended Oklahoma State University. His family includes his wife, Ada, his son, Kelsey, and daughters, Cass and Carissa. They own a registered Angus seed stock, commercial cow-calf operation, as well as goat breeders. He is a member of Champion Livestock judging teams at NEO, A&M, and Oklahoma State. Our second judge for this evening is Mr. Chad Breeding of Miami, Texas. He is the manager of B&C Cattle Company, as well as the mayor of the city. His family includes his wife, Erin, and his kids, Austin, Blake, Wyatt, Lillian, and Blair. He's been involved since birth in the cattle industry. B&C sells 100 registered Hereford bulls annually, and show cattle and open cattle are very successful show steers in the state of Texas. Your third judge for this afternoon is Mr. Scott Shockey of Manhattan, Kansas. He's a professor at Kansas State University. His family includes his wife, Candy, his sons, Shiloh and Shane, as well as his daughter-in-law, Melissa. He was the judge and team coach at KSU for 22 years, and they currently raise Simmental cattle there in Manhattan, Kansas. He was also voted the National Livestock Coach of the Year multiple times, and he also tells us he's an amateur bullfighter. Put your hands together and welcome our judges, Mr. Chad Breeding, Mr. Jerry Pfeiffer, and Dr. Scott Shockey. Your Supreme Champion Junior Female is going to be given a Jared Schliff wooden sculpture as well as a Sullivan Supply banner. All of our breed champions will receive a $500 gift certificate to be used towards any service provided by Transova Genetics, courtesy of Transova. Repro Logic is also giving away a flush to one breed champion in the open female and one breed champion in the junior females divisions here. The winner of this flush will be a random draw. At this time, we're going to draw for your junior. And the random draw for the Repro Logic flush is going to go to Sarah Sullivan. At this time, we'd like to thank some of our platinum sponsors: Sullivan's Supply, WW Livestock Systems, Live Auctions TV and Superior Livestock, VitaFirm, Express Ranches, Elanco, R&R Scales, John Deere, and P&K Equipment. Some of our bronze level sponsors: Allflex Livestock Intelligence, Showfresh H2O, Oklahoma Beef Council, Purina, Axis and Sooner, Transova Genetics, Repro Logic, Neogen, Farm Credit, and Sunglow Feeds. For those of you just joining us ringside, we are about to select your supreme champion here of your junior female shows at the Cattlemen's Congress in Oklahoma City. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Tyler Norvell with the Cattlemen's Congress.
As Gerald said, we're so glad you're here this evening. We are so fortunate that we were able to pull this event off this year. And if I've heard once, I've heard many times from those that aren't from Oklahoma how impressed you all are with our conservative leadership in Oklahoma. And it starts at the top with our governor. When we had this idea and Gerald called me, the first call I made was to Governor Kevin Stitt. I was standing on the hill at my farm, and I said, Governor, we got to make this happen. And he said, 100%, what do we got to do? And here we are today because he was willing to take the bullets, keep the economy open, and make sure you could come here and be a part of this. Governor Stitt, a lot of folks don't know if you're from out of state, but his grandfather was the veterinarian at the stockyards for almost 30 years, Doc Stitt. And so he has a strong background in agriculture. He's committed to our way of life, and we're very fortunate to have him with us this evening. Without him, this event would not have happened. Please give him a very warm Cattlemen's Congress welcome, Governor Kevin Stitt.
Thank you so much. Man, it's such an honor to be with you. Welcome to Oklahoma. Welcome to all the young people. It's such an honor to be with you and all the thousands of people that are watching online. We're excited to have you here in Oklahoma. I want everybody to know, especially the ones that are online, if they haven't visited Oklahoma, Oklahoma is open for business, and I want to personally invite them and invite everybody back to the great state of Oklahoma. This event is so important to the beef industry, and we're so proud to get it done here in the state of Oklahoma. When other states said no, they're shut down, in Oklahoma we said let's go, let's make it happen. And I could not do it. I want to give a special thanks out to Bob Funk, Jimmy Harold, Gerald Callahan, and Tyler Norvell for also making it happen. In Oklahoma, we're always going to fight for the ag community and in this way of life. And so we're just honored to have you here. We want to invite you back next year. We want to make this an annual event here in the state of Oklahoma. So hopefully we'll be able to do that and make that happen for you. So we'll start a new tradition right here in the great state of Oklahoma. Y'all have a wonderful time. Thanks for visiting our restaurants, our hotels, and we're going to do everything we can to make this a huge success for you for many, many years to come. So welcome and thanks again. Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Good job.
Thank you. Perfect.
Howdy, neighbors, and good afternoon.
Once
to
again,
you.
for those of you that are just joining us ringside, your junior judges this evening are Mr. Chad Breeding.
Howdy, neighbors. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Newark Rodeo Arena on the State Fairgrounds of Oklahoma City. And we are glad to have you. My name is Ron Hayes. I'm going to be with you over the course of the three separate events: the Supreme Championship for the Junior Heifer. We've got the Open Heifer Championship that we'll be naming here just a little bit later on, and then that Supreme Bull drive will be coming up at as the third and final drive for this inaugural event, the Cattlemen's Congress, going on here in Oklahoma City. We're glad that you're here with us virtually, and I hope that you'll enjoy the pictures, the images of these outstanding young people that come from about 8 or 9 different states that we've got represented here tonight with all these animals that have been the top in their particular breed or hybrid division. And we're glad that you're able to see a little bit of this evening here on the floor of the rodeo arena on our state fairgrounds We've been going since the 3rd of January and go on into this coming weekend. Have had a tremendous number of shows. Have been well attended. We've had tremendous entries. Right at 11,000 head of cattle when you add up all the pens of 3 and pens of 5 in the both the female division and also our bulls in many of the breeds. So it's all in all, it's been a great show. We hope to have a few folks stop by and visit with us, that we can share some of the story of the Cattlemen's Congress with you here for 2021. This is an event that came together really very, very quickly after the word came from Denver that the National Western was not going to be able to take place in 2021. They stepped back. A little bit later on, the show that is a tradition in Fort Worth, Texas, also was shut down by those particular folks. So a lot of cattle that would normally have been in Denver, a lot of cattle that perhaps would have been in Fort Worth, elected to come here to Oklahoma City. I think they've had a great time. They've had a lot of opportunities to be a part of this event. So let's see. I think the judges are just getting close really right now. They're getting their heads together and getting closer to probably a selection of our supreme champion in the junior heifer division here at the Cattlemen's Congress for 2021. Again, thank you so much for being here this evening with us online. And over the course of probably the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to have 3 supreme champions at this year's Cattlemen's Congress. It's the inaugural one. And as Governor Kevin Stitt said just a few moments ago here at Cattlemen's Congress, there's a lot of interest in continuing this, and we'll see exactly what the words are from some of our major beef breeds that are a part of Cattlemen's Congress, if indeed they want to make this an annual tradition in years past 2021. Right now, we're watching the judges continue to kind of confer with one another, and they're trying to come up with which of these animals will be named the supreme champion. There are supreme champions at other major beef shows in the junior division, but not so much when it comes to the open division, the open heifer and the open bull. This is something that really doesn't happen in any of the other major beef shows around the country. It does happen up in Canada, and we're kind of modeling that particular extravaganza right here at Cattlemen's Congress for 2021. And so we'll watch that particular set of animals as they come in a little bit later on, the open heifers, and then the open bull supreme drive. And looking forward and really very excited about that most certainly here this evening at Cattlemen's Congress. We're going to continue to watch very closely as the judges come up with their decision on this junior division. And as we mentioned a little bit later on, we're hoping to have our State Secretary of Agriculture, Blaine Arthur, join us. Ms. Arthur actually has got a couple of youngins. She's got a couple of her kids that are actually in this supreme drive right now. So I know that she's watching very closely what goes on with those youngsters. And at the same time, she's been a big champion of this particular show. One of the early selections to the cabinet of Governor Kevin Stitt. She is well known within the cattle industry, and she's been an extremely popular choice to be our Secretary of Agriculture since Governor Stitt was elected a couple of years ago now. We're very pleased that we've got Blaine going to join us just a little bit later on. Hoping to have Gerald Callahan stop by and talk with us a little bit about some of the I guess mindset of bringing this show to life.
Well, if you could, I think we have
And
judges have reached
we're going to go to the
And
judges
I'd like to
now.
thank and have you give a round of applause to Jerry Pfeiffer, Chad Breeding, and Dr. Scott Shockey for helping us out this evening. Let's give them a nice hand, if you would, please. With that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Dr. Scott Shockey, longtime past judging team coach at Kansas State University, won multiple national championships. Shows my age. I remember in 1983 he was high individual in the national contest, and with that, they said because he's the university guy, they've selected him to give the reasons. So here you go, Dr. Shockey.
Thanks, Gerald. What a deal. We were sitting out here and we're laughing because, honestly, we've agreed to one thing. there's 12 really good heifers out here that I think if we had all these judging team members, Gerald, come out here and mark a card, I don't know we would come up with a consensus. In fact, the way we've done this, it's pretty complicated, but Gerald, as smart as he is, he made it really simple. So this is great. It's first of all, I apologize because I am so underdressed, and I think partly because I knew Mark Johnson was on the panel here later on. I knew he wouldn't wear a sports coat, and by golly, he did. So even Mark Johnson outdressed me today. But it's been a pretty wild couple days for me. We've already mentioned my bullfighting experience. I'm probably not going to be called for the next Pro Rodeo Association bucking bull contest, but of all the things we have the opportunity to do as show parents and as judges and officials at shows, this has become one of the most exciting events that we go to every time. And I think I told a group a couple weeks ago, I was judging a show, how this Supreme Heifer thing had developed, because years ago we always picked a Supreme steer. And as the heifer project grew, we realized that this is really where the emphasis is starting to go. And for my family, my boys, this is how they built their college fund, showing heifers. And so the Supreme deal has at one time been just kind of for funs and giggles, and now it's a pretty serious deal. And what makes it so fun out here today is we marked our cards, and it was not unanimous. It was one of those deals where I think, as a group, we can say, this is the best kind. But I think the one thing I want to say is, again, a big thanks to Tyler, the state of Oklahoma. You guys, for what you had to do in this shorter period of time. I might get run over by another. I can maybe handle that one. But in all seriousness, I don't think any of us understand or realize the effort that goes into this event. And I've always told people when you get done at a show, and I've been on this side as a show parent, sometimes we leave these deals and we're a little grumpy because the wash racks weren't good enough, it wasn't warm enough water, we didn't have enough power. And also, as I'm driving home, I'm thinking, you know what? If I don't like it, maybe I ought to try to help out and run one of these shows. And I guarantee it'll give you a whole different perspective on what your ideas are when you get done with these shows. But the emphasis of the youth program in Oklahoma, second to nobody. And again, it's because of people like Tyler. You got a great governor here. Hats off, buddy, to you. I wish we all had governors like you to pay attention and pay attention to agriculture. One final thing, and I've told several groups here, I don't do a lot of these anymore. We need great people in politics, and I tell you what, it starts out right here. These young people are going to be great leaders. I told Chris Mullinex the other day, I was sitting in my office looking at my computer, but actually I was staring at all the judging teams that I coached, and 22 years of it there at K-State, I'm thinking, man, every picture, there's 5 or 6 kids on that team that needs to be in politics. And we need you. We need you guys bad, because we need great leaders. We need people that understand agriculture. We need people that are level-headed, and they want to make great decisions. So, Tyler, again, thanks for this opportunity. Next time, if I ever get a chance to judge again, I will bring my sports coat. I packed at 1 o'clock in the morning, so, again, that's a little bit my fault. But let's give Tyler, show management, governor, again, another great hand. And I think without any further ado, I'm going to let one of these guys select the champion. Is that okay? Is that how we're going to do it? All right. All right, Chad.
Congratulations, your Supreme Champion female here in your junior show at the Cattlemen's Congress is going to go to your Grand Champion Simmental female, exhibited by Sarah Sullivan, Dunlap, Iowa, with JASS Wheel and Deal 04G. Congratulations, Sarah. Well, after we get our ring cleared out, we'll get started with your grand drive for your open female shows here at the Cattlemen's Congress.
We've just selected the Supreme Champion Junior in the female category. It was the champion, Grand Champion Scimitar Junior Female, shown by Sarah Sutherland from the state of Iowa. Sarah had a couple of the entries in this particular drive and did a tremendous job with her Scimitar. Up next, we'll have the Open Heifer Championship. This is the supreme drive for all the Open Heifer champions at this year's Cattlemen's Congress that'll be coming in here in just a few moments, and we'll be hearing once again from our ring announcer as she'll be calling out the names of all those that'll be competing for this Supreme Championship. Thank you for being here this evening. We've got a couple of great drives still ahead of us. We've had some tremendous cattle at this year's Cattlemen's Congress. Entries are way up compared to recent years at the Denver show. Been a lot of excitement among the various breeds. Some of the sales have really been good, and as I mentioned, a lot of positive things coming out of this show here in the month of January for the beef cattle industry. And let's see, we're getting close as far as getting ready to go with the lineup of our heifers that'll be competing for Supreme Championship of the first inaugural Cattlemen's Congress here. We'll have the animals that'll be led in. We'll have several of them will be coming in. I think we'll start with the Angus breed first. It looks like we're about ready to go with the lineup announcement and the animals coming in for the
Well,
Open
at this
Heifer.
time, we are going to introduce to you all of your champions out of your open shows here at the Cattlemen's Congress. Coming out of your Angus division, your Grand Champion Angus female exhibited by Sarah Sullivan, Silveris Brothers, Rockin' S Ranch, Shermer Angus, Pacheco Show Cattle, SR Diamond Angus, Young Cattle Company, Big Timber Cattle, Dustin and Jeans Hurlbert, and Cody and Lindsay Sankey, Dunlap, Iowa, with WB Princess 902. Grand Champion Balancer female was exhibited by Harley Sargent and T-Bar S Cattle Company of Denison, Texas, with GDV T-Bar S, Miss Casino 113G ET. Your Grand Champion Brangus female is exhibited by Triple Crown Ranch of Angleton, Texas, with TCR Maryland 302G2. Your Grand Champion Red Brangus female is exhibited by Cost Cattle of New Ulm, Texas, with KTS Miss Jenna 135H2. Your grand champion, Ultra Brangus, is exhibited by GKB Cattle, Waxahachie, Texas, with GRT Miss Preview 889 G10. Your grand champion, Braunby female, is exhibited by Brink Livestock, Piedmont, Kansas, with BLC, BLU, JBB, Sweet Maria, ET. Your grand champion, Charlotte female, exhibited by Sloan Curtin of Oxford, Iowa, with CH Miss Margie, 420G, ET. Grand champion, Key female, is exhibited by Brock Cottrell of Lawton, Oklahoma, with J. Saul Mohudat, 9022 GET. Your grand champion, Key Angus female, was exhibited by Colin Langston of Huntington, Indiana, with HIGG Girl Crush 93 GET. Your grand champion, Polled Hereford, was exhibited by Alexis Griswold, Stillwater, Oklahoma, with C-Bar 1 Classy Lass 915-3. Your grand champion, Horned Hereford, exhibited by Lauren May, Mineral Point, Wisconsin, with Purple Iris 145G. Grand champion limousine female is exhibited by Brady Edge of West Branch, Iowa, with Ratliff Google 911 GET. Your grand champion main Anjou female is exhibited by Madison Loschke of Kingsdown, Kansas, with GHC Getting Real 922G. Your grand champion main Angus female is exhibited by Shrog 605 out of Marion, South Dakota, with TJSC Lucky Lady 134 GET. Grand champion maintainer female is exhibited by Mackenzie Layton of Pocasset, Oklahoma, with JBR Electra 96G. Your grand champion Red Angus female is exhibited by Brett Pembroke, Fairview, Oklahoma. Grand champion Shorehorn female is exhibited by Houston Farees, Sullivan, Indiana, with CF/CSF Crystal Swan 015 EVXET. Your grand champion Shorehorn Plus female is exhibited by Samantha Van Voris, Bowling Green, Ohio, CF/CSF Mona Lisa 934 Primo. Your grand champion Simmental female is exhibited by Toby Noble and Udell Cattle Company of Lloydminster, Alberta, with KDP Miss Hoya Haley. And your grand champion percentage Simmental female is exhibited by Sarah Sullivan, Dunlap, Iowa, with J. Saul Crystal Lover 9848G. For those of you joining us ringside, please put your hands together for all of our open female exhibitors here at the Cattlemen's Congress.
We have a total of, I think, 19 females.
Well, correction on your Angus heifer. Your Angus heifer is owned by Sarah Sullivan, Dunlap, Iowa, WB Princess 902. You go
for it. I cut her off. Okay. We've got a total of 19 females that are a part of this drive for the Supreme Championship for our open female at this first ever Cattlemen's Congress going on here in the Newark Rodeo Arena at the State Fairgrounds of Oklahoma City. And at this particular event, we've had almost continuous shows ever since the start of this first ever Cattlemen's Congress on the 2nd of January. We had animals coming in very quickly, had some sales going on, and the shows got rolling very soon after that. We're talking about just about every major beef breed that there is has a presence here at this inaugural Cattlemen's Congress. And we're most certainly glad to have one and all here. Many of the breeds were able to show in this particular rodeo arena. Others, we had a couple of other arenas that were actually available and were used as well. We had one arena that was dedicated to the various sales that were held here on the fairgrounds itself. Other sales were happening at several other venues, including the historic Oklahoma National Stockyards, as well as one of the premier, I guess, horse facilities in this part of the country for sales events. The Heritage facility that actually hosted one of the major sales of this particular inaugural Cattlemen's Congress. We've got a lot of things that are going on as far as the events are concerned. We've got a lot of things that have happened, both the sales themselves as well as the shows. We've got a tremendous number of these, of course, junior shows that went on. You saw the incredible lineup of very talented young people that have raised these animals, that have groomed these animals, and got them in a position where they could be named the breed champion, the grand champion of their particular breed or hybrid. And they were out here putting those animals on display during this Supreme Drive that we had just a few moments ago. Sarah Sutherland had the top Supreme animal in the junior division, her Scimitar, winning the junior honors, Supreme honors for 2021. And still to come, by the way, we've got later on this week into the weekend, we'll have several more shows that are going on, some additional sales, and we've got a junior market steer that we'll be selecting on Saturday as well. We are continuing to watch exactly what's going on as far as the show ring is concerned. As you can watch the animals being paraded in front of our judges this evening. And we've got the animals that are right now being led in front of the three judges. They are doing individual scorecards, and we'll have a discussion after they are having a chance to evaluate all of these animals. Quite a bit of diversity as far as age, and of course some phenotype as well, that are being paraded in front of their judges for this Supreme Drive this evening. We mentioned earlier that this is a little bit of a different a type of thing that we're trying to do this year here at Cattlemen's Congress. Most of our other major beef cattle shows at the national level do not have a Supreme Drive. There is a very well-known Supreme Drive up in Canada, and several folks said this would be a great idea to try to make this happen. Tyler Norvell, the show manager, along with and Cass Newell as well, they along with some of the other members from the board of directors said, yep, let's try to make that happen. They were able to put all that together, and that's what you're seeing this evening, the Supreme Drives. First, the junior female outstanding young people driving, handling their animals, and then this open class female Supreme Championship to be decided momentarily. And then the finale for the evening will be the Supreme Champion Bull in our open divisions of all the various breeds here at Cattlemen's Congress for 20. You heard the governor say a little bit earlier this evening as he greeted the crowd here, and also obviously was wanting to talk to those of you online that the fact that Oklahoma is open for business. It's an open, but at the same time there's been a lot of precautions put in place The show officials here have worked very closely with the governor's office, with our Department of Agriculture's office, Blaine Arthur, our State Secretary of Agriculture, hoping to have her stop by here in a little bit, and as well as the city of Oklahoma City. They've worked very hard to make sure that all the necessary protocols are in place. Face masks have been the norm in the show rings and out in the barns as well for most of our folks, and everybody's been very, very serious, very intent on making sure that we follow those type of rules as far as the judging is concerned. That we're following those safety protocols in the midst of all the competition that's going on here at this 2021 Cattlemen's Congress. We've had these open females go around the ring several times now, and it does look like that we're getting a little bit closer. We've got the judges that continue to work and look at each of these animals carefully, trying to make sure that they don't miss something as they evaluate these animals. And coming up in just a few moments, we'll have that Supreme Open Female announced here for the 2021 Cattlemen's Congress that's going on here at the North Rodeo Arena on the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. This is one of several great facilities we've got on this campus for our State Fair Park. We've got some outstanding barns that are used for horse shows, for cattle shows. The staff that's actually helping man the Cattlemen's Congress here for 2021 been in place for several years, operating the Oklahoma Youth Expo, which is a multi-species junior livestock show for cattle, for hogs, for sheep, for goats, and we have both the breeding animals as well as the market animals that are on this campus in March of each year. Huge show. It's called the world's largest junior livestock show, and it's that and so much more now. A lot of competition. We've got an ag mechanics contest that's a part of that now. We have so many things that are a part of OYE, and so this team that's been assembled by Tyler Norvell has done a great job in working that particular show. They've actually helped other states in running some shows. Just this last end of the year, they had the chance to go and work with the state of California on a major junior livestock show that they were operating, and then this challenge was thrown down to them, and they said, "Yep, we can make that happen," and that's exactly what they have done. They've been able to make this first ever Cattlemen's Congress a reality for 2021, and doing a good job. Looks like we've got several animals that have been identified by the judges that they're wanting to take a closer look at. So we're continuing to kind of sort through each of these females in this particular Supreme Drive. As we wait for the word from the judges this evening on this open female drive for Supreme Championship of Cattlemen's Congress, want to say thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Also, thank you so much for the opportunity to have you check out all the shows that have been going on over the last several days since the 2nd of January. Looks like we're continuing to watch and wait as far as the judges are concerned on this open class of females, and we are getting closer though. Thank you for tuning in this evening. We are in Oklahoma City at the inaugural Cattlemen's Congress. We've been having breed shows continuously since about the 3rd of January, and we're glad to have you along with us this evening as we've got the Supreme Drive.
No stranger, I think, to many of you in this ring this evening is our Secretary of Agriculture, Ms. Blaine Arthur, who many of you know, who time and time again she does whatever it takes to make events like
Looks like Tyler's got Blaine Arthur ready to go and make some remarks to the crowd here at Cattlemen's Congress. We're going to try to listen in to those particular remarks.
Also with us this evening is our chairman of our House Agriculture Committee. You won't find a gentleman who's more supportive of 4-H and FFA and livestock shows, our chairman, Representative Dale Curbs from Shawnee. Dale, thanks for being here as well. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Gerald talked about our staff at OYE, Cass Newell, Bray Haven, J.D. Roseman, Colton Kersey. We couldn't have done it without Aaron Dorsey as well. They have just done tremendous. And when you get time, stop and tell those people thank you. The other group I want to recognize, and I'm not going to be able to introduce them, and this is the last thing I'll say this evening, is our interns who spent the last basically 3 weeks with us from the snowstorm out there, welcoming you, getting you in and unloaded quickly. It was a miserable job. They got paid absolutely nothing to be here. And time again, we heard from you all as you came in how nice those kids were out there working. And we always feel like it's better to have folks that have been to a stock show doing things like that. And we brought them in, and they have worked tirelessly. And I'd encourage you more than anything to thank those kids. Let's help them find good jobs when they get out of college, because I'd write a letter of reference for any of them for how hard they've worked this week for no pay. So please, of all the round of applause you give those kids a really nice round of applause for making this show happen this week.
We are continuing to watch the Supreme Open Female Drive at this inaugural Cattlemen's Congress going on. My name is Ron Hayes. I'm a farm broadcaster based out of Oklahoma City. We are on a radio network across Oklahoma and Kansas, a little bit into Missouri, Texas Panhandle, New Mexico as well. A lot of good cattle country that we cover, and we do a lot of agricultural reporting on all aspects of agriculture, but the beef industry is definitely one of the things that we cover on a daily basis, whether it's shows like this one, whether it's policy issues, production issues. We try to cover all those kind of things, and we would love to have you take a listen to some of our stuff online as well. We've got reports on a regular basis on our website, oklahomafarmreport.com, and you can check those out. In the meantime, we are waiting. I think Secretary Blaine Arthur is going to be joining us in just a little bit. She's talking to some of the other dignitaries down in front of the announcer's stand, and we'll hopefully have her here in just a little bit. We're waiting right now on final judge's decision. They're having discussion over in the center of the ring right now, trying to sort out which of these animals they believe will be their choice for the first ever Supreme Champion Open Female of our inaugural Cattlemen's Congress for 2021. And does look like we've got our secretary is going to come on up here in a second, I do believe. That'll work. All right. We've got our State Secretary of Agriculture, Blaine Arthur, with us now. Madam Secretary, thank you so much. And boy, this is an incredible event, isn't it?
This is an incredible event. You know, we know livestock in Oklahoma, but to be able to have folks from all across the country bring the very best of their program here and to exhibit them, it's an exciting thing for the state. And just to see them all out here tonight together just shows the quality, certainly, of the livestock, but also the folks that do this year round.
A lot of pride in this arena tonight.
You know, it absolutely is. These families, several of them are generational families who their day in, day out is working towards better beef genetics, ultimately to feed the world, but for them to have the opportunity to come and showcase those. And also just for those genetics then to be utilized with other programs. You know, the breeders do everything that they can to make the cattle better every single year, and I think we can see that out here in the ring in front of us.
You're kind of a cattleman's mom too. You had a couple of kiddos in that junior drive.
I was pretty excited to be show mom tonight. We did. My son and my daughter both had animals out in the junior drive, so very much a tremendous opportunity for them to be out there and show with those caliber of animals. So I get to see it kind of through both lenses. But we always say there's nothing better than that our kids could do than be in the barn and be around all the people that come to livestock shows.
Indeed. The show tonight really kind of a culmination of all these breed shows that we've been having for almost 2 weeks now. I know that there was a tremendous amount of work before this thing ever actually got off the ground to make it happen. Your office, working with the governor, with Oklahoma City, there's a lot of moving parts.
It certainly has been, and certainly on a short time frame. You know, typically we would have a little bit longer to prepare for an event like this, and we always want to be so appreciative of the governor of helping us to make things come together so quickly, and Oklahoma City and State Fair Park staff, and certainly all the staff at OYE, that they're very used to running livestock shows, but to put something like this together in that short a time frame. And I'll tell you, Ron, all I have heard, I've been here several days, from people from out of state is, you know, certainly thank you for putting the event on, but that it's an exceptional event because it's livestock folks putting on a show for livestock people. And I think that's what you really see. You've got a multitude of breeds represented out here. The breed associations have been great partners to make that happen.
Right.
But I think people have been, number one, glad to have the chance to show, but number two, very pleased with how Tyler and his staff and everyone else have put these pieces together on a really short time frame.
And, you know, this is kind of a first as far as the major beef shows around the country. They don't have an open Supreme selection. We're doing that kind of modeling after a show from Canada, but I know that's brought some extra excitement too.
Oh, there's no doubt. When the group that, you know, were making those decisions said that they wanted to do that, I certainly was very
Well, again, I'd like to thank our trio of judges, Don McLennan from
You bet,
Colorado.
Blaine. Thank you so much.
Was a
State
tremendous
Secretary of Agriculture, Blaine Arthur,
livestock
with
collegiate
us this
judge,
evening.
as well as
And we're
a
gonna listen now.
very
That's
successful
Gerald
Gelby
Cattlemen
breeder.
right now.
And he also
we'll
raises some
go
good
ahead and pick
sheep,
him
I
up.
hear. Randy Daniel, that probably needs no introductions, judge shows from coast to coast, border to border, from Georgia. and Dr. Mark Johnson from Oklahoma State here in Oklahoma. Let's give our 3 judges a nice round of applause, if you would, please. Who's been designated to talk? I think you, who? Randy? You're going to be the spokesman for the group?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say thanks for the opportunity to come to Oklahoma. I grew up out in western Oklahoma as a kid, and we lived in Georgia long enough now that's home. But still, this is where family is, and always kind of been where your heart is. And you come to an event like this, and you see what the state of Oklahoma has been able to do while the rest of us struggle. Those of you that watch politics realize what a mess we're in down where we are, and it was a breath of fresh air to have your governor get up and say what he did. And I think all of us in this business respect what you in Oklahoma, and especially the committee that pulled off an event like this. And this period of time, Gerald called me and told me how many entries he had. Just blew my mind. But anyway, congratulations to you guys. I've had a chance to do this. I got to do it last year at Louisville, and you stand there at that gate, and it's just awesome. You stand there, and I'm plus and minus, and have about 10 pluses on my list, and it's tough. So if you win in a lineup like this, it's quite an accomplishment. I think with our cards, you may say, oh, this one's easily the favorite, but with our cards, we're all over the book, and these are 2 incredibly talented guys that are in here. So it's been a lot of fun. Appreciate the invitation. Let's give these exhibitors a great big round of applause if you would, and we'll pick you a champion.
Here at Cattlemen's Congress, and we are going to see these judges break a huddle here in a moment and go out and make that decision. I think we've got the judge headed that way right now. And
congratulations, your Supreme Champion female here at your open show at the Cattlemen's Congress goes to your Horned Hereford heifer exhibited by Lauren May of Mineral Point, Wisconsin. Congratulations, Lauren.
So our Supreme Open female is the Horned Hereford. Comes from the state of Wisconsin, Lauren May. Congratulations to Lauren, and congratulations to the Hereford breed for winning this evening's Supreme Champion Open Female at Cattlemen's Congress for 2021, our inaugural. Hopefully we may have some future Cattlemen Congresses to talk about as well, and that being discussed quite openly this evening here during these Supreme drives. Still to come, we will be getting our attention turned to the arena in a few minutes, as we'll bringing in the open bulls from all the breeds, and their opportunity to select a grand champion, a supreme champion of this overall show. at the Cattlemen's Congress. They're taking pictures right now, and we'll be having those bulls in just a few minutes at this year's event. Good to see you. Hey, Margot. Hey, sir, how you doing? Hey, Margot. Am I good? You're good. Okay. All right. As we wait on the bulls, we've got Gerald Callahan, who's on the board for Cattlemen's Congress. Gerald, thank you for being here this evening.
Enjoyed being here.
Boy,
Having a great event.
this is incredible. The genetics that we're seeing in front of us, the young people earlier in the junior division, and that open female show was outstanding too.
Yeah, we've had great shows all week. We've had cattle from all over the United States.
Well, at this
exhibiting.
time, it's my pleasure to
The
introduce
top of
to
the
you all
top's
of your
been here in
champion
Oklahoma
bulls
City, and we're
here
really
at the
excited
Cattlemen's
about it.
Congress.
You know, you obviously you kind of at the front end of this whole decision.
Your grand champion
to make
Angus
this,
Bull is going to come
make
to you
this
from
happen.
Sankey 6
how did it
and
come
Ranch,
together?
Silveris
Well,
Brothers,
it's kind of
Rockiness
interesting. When
Ranch,
National
Shermer
Western
Angus.
canceled, I started getting phone calls, and I actually reached out to a few people, including Tyler Norvell, and I said, you think we can do this thing? And so we checked with the governor, and we checked with the leaders here in Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, and we got quite a bit of support for it. And then we invited each of the breed associations in for a meeting to see what their interest was. And we said, we want to create an event, if you guys are willing, to keep commerce going, to give young people an opportunity to exhibit and participate. And we want to make it exhibitor friendly and breed friendly, and that's what we've attempted to do the last 2 weeks.
And of course, along with all the things that the breeds have put together, you've had the opportunity to have a great trade show. You've got great sponsors. A lot of folks have come together to make this work.
Yeah, we've had a lot of sales in conjunction with this as well. I think there's been 22 different national sales or breed sales in conjunction with this, because this is a place that a lot of the genetics that end up shaping the national cow herd, which influences every consumer's food supply. The best of the best have went through a lot of these auctions, and a lot of the cattle business will be influenced by those purchasing and breeding decisions that are being made right here at this show. So it's a very impactful event for our industry, for the whole beef industry in the United States long term, and we're real excited about that.
I know you've been asked more than one time, are we going to do it again?
Well, a lot of that will depend upon what the breed associations and the exhibitors, the feedback that they get. But I would assume that with what we've been hearing, that there will be a tremendous amount of desire to replicate this again next year. I think given a little more time, we can probably smooth out a couple of the small rough spots, but it's went extremely well, and we're very, very proud of the event. The OYE staff has done a fabulous job. We brought Erin Dorsey in that used to work at the National Western, and she's been a key player and a key help. And we've had a very involved board that I'm a part of, and I'd like to thank all of them, because it's not a very well-paid position, but they've done a really, really good job.
One last question regarding this particular Supreme Drive. This hadn't happened in other shows, at least in the open division.
No, this doesn't usually happen. They do it in Canada at the Agribition, and it's very, very popular there. And this is something that we thought we'd give it a little bit different wrinkle, create a little additional interest. And it's been overwhelming how much interest there's been. And you can see by the crowd this evening, there'll be a lot of people watching this online. And so I think it has there's a lot of interest in it. It's kind of a beauty pageant, but we'll see how it goes from here.
All righty. Gerald, thank you, sir, so much. Gerald Callahan, he is the CEO and president of Express Ranches. And Gerald on the board here at this first ever Cattlemen's Congress going on. Let's get on back over to our announcer, and she's continuing to introduce the Open Bull champions.
Cattle of Tecumseh, Nebraska with SO Remedy 7F. And your grand champion percentage Simmentals exhibited by Elmore Cattle Services, Berlowitz Cattle Company, Forgy Cattle, and the Reckoning Group, Cushing, Oklahoma, with Reckoning 711F. For those of you joining us ringside, please put your hands together for all of our bull exhibitors here at the Cattlemen's Congress in Oklahoma City.
Thank you very much, and howdy neighbors, good evening. If you've just tuned in onto our live feed, we are right now, you have in front of you, the video picture you're seeing is of the Newark Rodeo Arena at the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. And we've got some incredible genetics in front of you right now. I believe I counted 17 champion bulls that are on display this evening. Gerald Callahan from the board of directors of the Cattlemen's Congress called it a bit of a beauty pageant, but boy, these are some wonderful, high quality, powerful bulls that can influence their breed in the years to come, and they're on display tonight. They are all competing to be the first ever supreme champion of the Open Bull Drive and the Open Bull competition here at Cattlemen's Congress. These are the grand champions of all the major breeds, all the breeds that have shown here over the last 10 days or so now. And as they've all come together, they've had the opportunity to be a part of this first ever inaugural Cattlemen's Congress. In many cases, they've been involved. These various breeds have had sales as well of some of their best genetics within their breed. Understand from some of the reports we've heard, some outstanding sale results, and very, very happy folks that have been involved in those sales as well. Cattlemen's Congress conceived this last late summer, early fall, was when the first discussion was brought up that we might indeed have the opportunity to make this a reality. The decision made by Denver and the National Western not to have their event in 2021 was the catalyst. They bring together some of the outstanding cattle people.
Once again, for those of you joining us, your open show judges this evening are Dr. Mark Johnson, Orlando, Oklahoma, Mr. Don McLennan of Byers, Colorado, and Mr. Randy Daniel of Colbert, Georgia.
All the major breed associations were actually consulted. As Gerald mentioned, they were brought in for a meeting to talk about how this might all happen. And the result you've had a chance to maybe catch some of the video over the last couple of weeks, and it's been quite a show. It's been quite an event indeed. And the Supreme Champion Open Bull selection is now underway right in front of your eyes here from the rodeo arena here in Oklahoma City. This event, really, I think one of the things that you might say thank you to as far as this particular event is concerned is really made possible by the facilities that have been built over the years here in Oklahoma City through something called the MAPS program. The MAPS program has been a penny sales tax dedicated to several capital type expenditures, everything from the basketball arena that the Oklahoma City Thunder play at to these horse barns and sale barns and other events here in the State Fairground complex. These are things that are used by folks like the National Quarter Horse, American Quarter Horse Association, and their world event. All the major horse breeds come in at one time or another during the course of the year to be a part of competition at these particular facilities. We've got other livestock events, a major national event, a statewide event called the Oklahoma Youth Expo is a part of that as well. And tell you what, we're going to have right now, looks like we've got our friend Tyler Norvell coming by to stop by, and if you just want to hold that up. Okay, you cannot hear me through the headset. Okay, and let me see, I'll get you, you're on. Tyler, welcome. Glad to have you.
Great night.
Boy, the first two drives were incredible.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. It's, it's pretty neat to see this set of cattle assembled. It really hadn't been done on the open side. I can't say when. And it's neat for these cattlemen. It's neat for the beef industry in the United States. It's just the quality is just out of control here.
We talked to Gerald here a few moments ago, and he told us a little bit about some of the meetings that put all this together. It took a lot of folks. It's just a tremendous a gathering of talent in a very short order.
Yeah, the day that the National Western canceled, Bob and Gerald both called me within about 1 minute of each other. I didn't want to call them back because I knew what they were calling about, and I thought there is no way on earth we can pull this off. First of all, the State Fairgrounds won't be available. Second of all, the city of Oklahoma City won't let us do it. State, who knows what there will be. Just phone call after phone call, the stars aligned, and there's no doubt in my mind this show was meant to happen, and it did happen because of a lot of great people. Gerald's talked a lot tonight. He ain't got the credit, just how good he's been keeping us together, bringing all these breeds together. These breeds are great folks and good to work with, but there's only certain people that can bring them all together to make something like this happen. And he did that. It was fun to be along for the ride. Jennifer, as our attorney, Callahan, his wife, and Ron, you know what all he's done to make OYE
Right.
this year national in Tulsa. Every show we've been a part of is OYE. She's the person that's made it happen. And then Shane, Jacqueline, I know Shane and Blake really well livestock judging, but I didn't know Jacqueline. It's been just great to work with all of them and get to know them and get to meet a new group of people. I've said every time I get a chance, we're 4-H and FFA show administrators, Cass and I. But this purebred many opportunities, but a different set of challenges than what he does.
Right.
So and I'll be honest, it was very nerve-wracking, but what a night from our governor. What a great guy he is. Everybody across the country is jealous. Right. There's popular in rural America. Know him, and she just better. So he took that pretty well. But he
and his lieutenant governor's been by too. So.
Of course, our Secretary of Ag, our buddy Trent Lewis, will tell you, she's the best in the country. She's the best, and we're lucky to have her. So we have guys like you to do what we do, but it's exciting to be in Oklahoma right now. It really is.
Right.
And knock on wood, we got 4 days left, but the big part's what's neat.
Right.
Good people fired up for OYE, and we know the road goes down. We know we're going to have it.
Now, I know, obviously you've had the shows themselves, the sales have been tremendous. You've got an incredible trade show that's all over this building and the Super Barn and all these various areas, as well as then you've got some tremendous sponsors.
Yes. First of all, stock shows are great events. They just are. It's the reason why a lot are being canceled. They cancel Bulls and all of them not having a show. Like
Right.
Fort Worth, basically, and Denver, too. And you've got to have a lot of numbers and a lot of sponsors to make it good. We had some awesome platinum sponsors step up immediately. Express Ranches said, we're going to have what you don't, what you lose, we'll cover. We're having. And John Sullivan is next, and then W&W Livestock and their you've heard this. W&W owns an Oklahoma pull the show off. So, live auctions, Jason Harper and Margot Bus put this on and done an awesome job live all week. Alan Lee, Rogers and all their group, Jesse Judge and all they've done. Elanco, we called Elanco, and they were excited to be the title sponsor of our pinball show.
Right.
We took for granted the opportunity we had beforehand, and we fully realized forward with this, and the breeds make their decision whether we're going to put a focus on the pinball. But as you said, the sales were and you think about it, right, in this without us letting any
Right.
we can open this thing up to Oklahoma, and then you go to Kansas and Texas. All these states are going to be out of control in the future if this is where they're going.
Right.
And we appreciate it. We're excited about the future with them on the pinball show. And then finally, John Deere, our buddy Barry Pollard, Dr. Barry Pollard, and of course Scott Eisenhower. They loaned us 2 skid steers. I bet we put 1,000 hours on each of them the last 2 months. I mean, there's been kids driving them nonstop. But John Deere's a great partner, in particular P&K here in Oklahoma. So the trade show's been great. We had people beating our door down to be a part, and those folks have had such a hard year where these trade shows don't happen. And where do they go? How do they make a living? And they've had tremendous weeks here with the number of people we've had, and we've been able to socially distance them and get it done in a proper way. So anyways, I hope you can tell in the sound of my voice, it's been an exciting week. It is pressure is off that this has happened, or to this point, you can finish. And I hope there's tons of people watching at home right now and
But your grand
enjoying this,
champion
and hope they
bull
can be
is
here
going to
next year.
take home a Jared Schliff wooden sculpture
Close,
sponsored by
huh?
Vitafarm,
Yeah, I
as
think
well
we're
as a
getting
Sullivan
pretty close.
supply,
I'm going to head back down there and
supply
with the
banner.
tabulate. But thanks for being here tonight, Ron.
Alrighty. Okay. Thank you very much. That's Tyler Norvell with the Oklahoma Youth Expo. He's kind of been helping lead the efforts
All
here in
breed
getting this show
champions will
done.
be receiving a
And
one-day collection fee waived.
Looks
and
like
free
we are
processing
just about
on up to
ready
100 units of
to
semen for
hear
each
from our
breed
judges. They
champion bull,
are
courtesy
still
of REI.
checking out several of these animals, so we are going to be watching very closely as they make these choices for the Open Bull Supreme Champion of Cattlemen's Congress for 2021. Tremendous show. We've had 2 Supreme Champions already named here for the first inaugural Cattlemen's Congress. The Simmental female was the Supreme Champion in the junior female show, shown by Sarah Sutherland from the state of Iowa. And from the state of Wisconsin, the Horned Hereford was the Supreme Champion Open female, shown by Lauren May. So congratulations to Lauren, congratulations to Sarah, and still to come, the Supreme Champion Open Bull at this first ever Cattlemen's Congress. And hope that you've had a chance to hear from and enjoyed some of the comments from our governor, from our State Secretary of Agriculture, Blaine Arthur, joined us for a few minutes here on this streaming live of this bull show. And of course, Gerald Callahan from Express Ranches. Gerald, what a great history he's got, pedigree he's got when it comes to the cattle industry. Was an executive director for a while for Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association, involved with livestock judging at Oklahoma State University, and for a good many of years now been the lead for Express Ranches that has been so well known and has such an impact on several of our breeds, including the Angus breed. This open bull selection. the Supreme Championship to be picked in just a few more moments will be that first ever bull champion for this particular show at the Supreme level, the overall breed winner, and that'll be quite a badge of honor in the days to come. Bragging rights, if you want to call it that, and it's going to be, it looks like a really tremendous bull, because there are some great genetics that are right in front of you right now. We've got all of them lined up at this particular point. Got 2 lines out here. The judges are still kind of checking things out. They're starting to confirm now. Looks like they're coming together and getting close now to probably making their choice at this 2021 Cattlemen's Congress. Still to come at Cattlemen's Congress. Got a few more days of the show activities left. On Saturday, we will have our Junior Market Steer Show. That'll be bringing youngsters, young folks in from several states that'll be involved in that particular competition. And as we mentioned, I didn't turn that off, did you? I'm sorry. As we mentioned earlier, Tyler mentioned the fact that the folks that have been able to be here at the Cattlemen's Congress have had a tremendous trade show to enjoy. Both a lot of great equipment, production equipment, and show equipment that's available on the fairgrounds here from those exhibitors, as well as a lot of Western bling that has been so much a part, I know, down through the years of the National Western in Denver. We're sorry that those folks were not able to have their show this year, but we're glad to have all those that made the decision to come to Oklahoma City and be a part of this beef cattle spectacular Cattlemen's Congress here for 2021. Will there be another one in 2022? Well, stay tuned. I think we may know before we know it too much longer as far as some of the intentions of some of these breeds. Looks like our judges are getting closer. They're starting to confer, as we mentioned. And as they make those choices, we'll see which one of these 17 bulls that are in the ring tonight at the Newark Rodeo Arena, which one will be our first ever Supreme Champion of Cattlemen's Congress. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. Hope that you've enjoyed the junior show, the junior female show, the open female show, and now this open bull show at this year's event. With some of the members of the judging team.
Well,
we'll go to Gerald Callahan now.
Right after this, they name our Supreme Champion Bull. We also have had a tremendous collegiate livestock judging contest that Cass, I guess, will have some results for when we get done with this. And we've got a whole bunch of college contestants from, I know, Penn State's here, from all across the country, and we're excited about that too. Without any further ado, we'll turn the microphone over to Dr. Mark Johnson to select and talk about the Supreme Champion Bull at the 2021 Cattlemen Congress.
Thank you, Gerald. And I thank everybody for the opportunity to be here. And I'm going to keep my comments brief, but I feel that we've had a really unique experience here over the past 12, 13 days at the Cattlemen's Congress. First ever time we've had this event. This is very humbling to stand out here in front of a set of cattle like this. It's interesting to me that I was here with my family at OYE about 10 months ago whenever we got the call and basically what began the pandemic and our shutdown and shelter in place. And interestingly enough, I was reading an article yesterday. National Cattlemen's Beef Association had done a little survey work of consumers that showed over the past 10 months that consumers' perception of beef had increased to an all-time high, that people were more likely to consume beef on a routine basis than they ever had been before, and that people were willing to pay more for beef as their protein source than they had ever been willing to before. It's been a good year for quality-based branded programs. Truth be told, it's been a good year in the cattle business, because this group that I feel proud to belong to, I honestly believe is the most persevering, enduring, can-do group that I encounter day to day and in my 56 years. We've got, please go ahead. There's a tremendous amount of want to in this industry and in the people that are in it. And it's been a neat deal being down here, and I thank again and congratulate the group that got this thing thrown together over the past 3 months and has pulled off a world-class event, something that there's been tremendous degree of success in promoting our breeding programs, showing cattle, and just promoting our industry, and a tremendous amount of success in marketing. My wish is that 100 years from now, we're all in a picture at the 100th anniversary of the Cattlemen's Congress, and they'll talk about all us old crusty types that were here in 2021. Let's give the whole Cattlemen's Congress board of directors, these exhibitors with a tremendous amount of cattle, get off your feet. Let's give them a standing applause. They definitely deserve it.
Huh? I wasn't listening to the other.
And congratulations, your Supreme Champion Bull at the Cattlemen's Congress is your Pulled Hereford from Hoffman Ranch, Haraldson's Pulled Herefords, and Poplar Meadows, Thedford, Nebraska, Haraldson's United, 33D, 36G. Congratulations to the Hoffman Ranch.
Get it, old man.
There you have it. We have our 3 Supreme Champions from our first ever Cattlemen's Congress. The Supreme Champion Open Bull, shown by Hoffman Ranch, the Pulled Hereford, Hoffman Ranch from Thedford, Nebraska. The Supreme Champion Open Female was the Horned Hereford from Mineral Point, Wisconsin, Lauren May. And the Supreme Champion Junior Female was shown by Sarah Sutherland. It was the champion Simmental, Sarah from the state of Iowa. Our congratulations to these 3 Supreme Champions at our inaugural Cattlemen's Congress 2021. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be along with you this evening. Hope that you've enjoyed it, and we hope to see you down the road at future events that we would have here in Oklahoma City, the Cattlemen's Congress activities of 2021. We appreciate you being along with us for these supreme selections. Good night, everybody.
Riley Marinaville. Sorry, I'm not great with names. That's why Dr. Rusk is coming. Kyler Vernon. Katie Kempen. Logan Jackson. Mesa Ware, and Julie Isbell. Let's go ahead and get those 10 individuals down to the floor. All right, well, I know the books are in a different order, so we're going to call all the top 10 individuals in hogs to come down as well. Logan Parker, Jacob Johnson, Kristen Massingill, Kinley Lewis, Kyler Lee, Jordan Kendrick, this says Allen from North Central Missouri, Riley Smith, Zach Wagon, and Caden Arnold.
Testing. Well, folks, certainly glad to be with you this evening. I appreciate Gerald inviting me and asking me to help put on a collegiate judging contest for our contestants. As he pointed out last night to the coaches, they don't get a lot of opportunity right now, and we're really glad to have them here in Oklahoma this evening and today judging in what we felt like was a high-quality contest. I'd like the top 10 junior college individuals in cattle to please come on down. If I could have Kristen Massingill, Tar Tutt, Jordan Kendrick, Carter Bergen, Caitlin Gunnan, Paige Miller, Kyler Lee, Logan Jackson, Katie Kempen, and Lauren Erickson. Come on down.
Yeah, we'll introduce it that way.
Are we ready to get these?
Yep, we're gonna put these in a different order. Here's this, and these are how I have them.
You just tell me how you want them.
I'm gonna give you the ones that we want you to do first.
Okay.
These are the first individuals you're gonna do.
Okay, so where are you going to have them stand? Where am I going to announce 10th up to first?
Let's do them right out in the middle.
You show them where you want them.
I will.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and present the top 10 junior college swine individuals. 200 points possible. They judged 2 classes, gave 2 sets of reasons. 10th high individual, Cass is going to show them where to stand. You guys come on out this way. We'll line you up 10th to first. 10th high individual from NOC with 192 points, Kyler Lee. One point higher in 9th. We had a tie for 8th and 9th. The 9th place is from North Central Missouri, Elena Allen, 193 points. Here you go. Tied with Elena with 193 from NJC, your 8th high individual, Jordan Kendrick. One point higher in 7th, also from NJC, Kinley Lewis.
We actually had a multiple tie all the way up to third, had the same score, 194. In sixth place, from northeastern Oklahoma, Riley Smith. In fifth place, from Connors State College, Kristen Massengill. Fourth place, from eastern Oklahoma, Jacob Johnson. And winning that tiebreaker, finishing in third, from South Plains College, Zach Wagone. Sorry, I mispronounced it, didn't I? Oh, it was a Wagner. We didn't get the R on here. Sorry about that. Zach Wagner, South Plains. And we had a tie after all we did today for the top individual with 196 points, broken on reasons. Your second high individual from Fort Scott Community College, Logan Parker. You got a new suitcase, young man. Congratulations. High individual, 196 points as well from South Plains College, Caden Arnold. Okay. Sheep and goats?
This is sheep and goats. You want to go swine? Yep, swine. Yeah, we're doing hogs. I was like, I think I have these.
You want me to
in order.
announce 5 or 10?
Do 5.
Okay. Top 5 teams in swine judging. In fifth place with 945 points, Fort Scott Community College. We could have a representative, please, from Fort Scott to pick up your award for fifth high team in swine judging. Your fourth high team, they had 945 points. Your fourth high team had 947. The team from Eastern Oklahoma State College. Good job. 5 points higher. In third, 952 points, Northeastern Oklahoma, A&M. Same score, broken on reasons, 952 points. In second in swine is Connors State College. And the winning team in swine judging, 956 points, Northeastern Junior College, Sterling, Colorado. Your winning team in swine judging.
Oh, she got it? Yeah, she got it. Perfect.
You want a picture of the top swine team?
No, you're good. We'll get that later. That girl right there, she's got it.
Let me go ahead. Okay, top 10 individuals in sheep and goats in junior college. 10th high individual, please come forward. 288 points out of a possible 300 from Belen College, Julie Isbell. All of these individuals up through 6th had that same score of 288. In 9th place from NOC, Blake Morgan. 8th place from Butler Community College, Martha Manning. 7th high individual from Connors State College, Maddie Schroeder. And winning the tiebreaker in that 288-point category from NOC, Kyler Lee. 2 individuals now at 290 points. In 4th and 5th, your 5th high individual from Connors State College, Mesa Ware. Winning that tiebreaker, 4th high individual from NJC, Riley Marinville. 2 points higher in 3rd from Connors State College, KT Kempen. 2nd high individual in sheep and goat judging with 293 points from Butler Community College, Kyler Vernon. 1 point higher, your high individual in sheep and goat judging, from Connor State College, Logan Jackson. Top 5 teams in junior college sheep and goats.
Hang on, let them get a picture first in case the representative has to come forward. Smile at the camera, guys.
She's a long ways away. Why didn't she get closer?
She must have her own lens on.
Okay, fifth high team, if we could have a representative with 1,414 points. NOC, your fifth place team in sheep and goats. Fourth high team with 1 point more, 1,415 is Butler Community College. Third high team, additional 1 more point, 1,416 is South Plains Community College. Representative from South Plains, please. South Plains, please have somebody down. Here they come. All right. I'm going to go ahead. Second high team, 1,423 points. Junior college sheep and goats is Belen College. And the champion team in sheep and goat judging is Connor State College with 1,448 points. We judged 6 classes of cattle and talked 4 sets of reasons, so there's a possible 500 points in cattle. The top 10 individuals, 10th high individual with 468 points from Connor State College, Kristen Massengill. We'll wait just a minute till they get the team picture for top team in sheep and goats. Oh, awesome.
I forgot to tell you that earlier.
Okay, 10th individual, Kristen Massengill from Connor State College. 1 point higher, 469 points from Butler Community College, Mr. Tar Tutt. One point higher, we have 2 people tied for 7th and 8th. Your 8th high individual with 470 points from Northeastern Junior College, Jordan Kendrick. Winning a tiebreaker broken on cattle reasons, your 7th high individual from Belen College, Carter Bergen. 2 points higher in 6th from Clarendon Community College, Caitlin Gunnan. 5th high individual with 480 points from Butler Community College, Paige Miller. 4th high individual with 2 more points at 482 from NOC, Kyler Lee. 3 teammates round out the top 3 with 484 points, 2-way tie for 2nd. Your 3rd high individual from Connor State College, Logan Jackson. And your 2nd high individual winning that tiebreaker from Connor State is Katie Kempen. 1 point higher, 485 out of 500 is an awfully good day. Congratulations to Lauren Erickson. Do we have a high individual beef reasons? I don't know if we have it.
I'll ask you. I'll ask you.
Okay. We have an award for high individual and beef reasons, and they're going to sort that out, and we'll come back to it. So, ears up. Okay, top 5 teams in cattle judging. 5th high team, whether you could have a representative with 2,296 points. the team from Belen College. If we could have a representative, please. Fourth high team had a score of 23:02, Eastern Oklahoma State College. One point higher, your third place team is Northern Oklahoma College, 23:03. Second high team in junior college cattle, 2,340 points, is the team from Butler Community College. And winning cattle by an impressive 47-point margin, your high team in cattle, Connors State College. Team members are Lauren Erickson, Katie Kempen, Logan Jackson, Kristen Massengale, Maddie Schrader, and Mesa Ware. Congratulations, Connors State College.
All right, do you want to call these individuals down for senior college in sheep, goats, hogs, and cattle, and then we'll do all the reasons and overall at the end?
We can do it however you want. That'd be fine.
Okay. I don't care.
That'll be fine.
We're
That'll
gonna bring
keep
the individuals for like hogs,
keep the
sheep,
suspense
goats,
a little
and senior college, like we did with them, and then do the overalls and reasons at the very end. Do reasons and overalls. Yeah, that works. So call these randomly.
Okay, we're gonna deviate here a minute. We're gonna jump now to senior college, and we're gonna announce the top individuals in swine, the top individuals in sheep and goats, and in cattle, and then we'll come back to reasons and overall for the junior college. So if I can have these individuals randomly come down, senior college swine judgers. I need Connor Kern, Connor Brew, Chad Hibden, Dalton Flatt, Bronson Smith, Tanner Walden, Kyle Despain, Phoebe Rogers, Daniel Lujan, and Ty Kim. Please come to the floor. Top 10 individuals in swine.
Here's the top 10 in sheep and goats.
Also, please come on down. Top individuals in sheep and goats. Senior college. If I could have Murray Perkins, Maddie Haynes, Dalton Flatt, Calvin Johnson, Heidi Barkley, Jenna Wheeler, Stratton Wodowie, I bet I didn't pronounce that right, Connor Brew, Jacob Jewell, and Andrew Anderson. Top 10 in cattle, senior college, please come on down as well. Jenna Wheeler, Laramie Jackson, Holly Heckendorf, Maddie Haynes, Caden Malm, Walker Hemphill, Jacob Jewell, Bronson Smith, Clay Sunberg, and Kyle Webster.
Okay, that's a hog, top 10. Yep. They have to travel so far.
Okay, I'm going to assume that we've got those swine folks down here, and we're going to go with 10th high individual. Please come forward. 200 points possible from South Dakota State University, Bronson Smith. Good looking jacket, young man. 9th high individual, 191 points, winning that tiebreaker with 9th and 10th is Kansas State's Ty Kim. We had multiple individuals tied now with 192 points. Your 8th high individual from Texas A&M, Dalton Flatt. 7th high individual from Texas Tech, Daniel Lujan. 6th high individual from Kansas State University, Chad Hibden. 5th high individual, 192, from Oklahoma State University, Phoebe Rogers. Winning the tiebreaker, all those of you at 192 points, broken on swine reasons, Your fourth high individual from Texas Tech, Connor Brew. Moving up 1 point, 193 points for third from Texas A&M, Kyle Despain. We had a tie for first and second. Broken on reasons, second high individual from Texas Tech, Connor Kern. And winning swine judging, senior college, Oklahoma State University's Tanner Walden. Top 5 teams in swine judging after we get this picture. Your fifth high team with 944 points, the Jackrabbits from South Dakota State University. If we could have a representative, please. Fourth high individual with 946 points, the Wildcats from Kansas State University. Third high team had one additional point at 947. Texas A&M University. Second high team in swine judging with 951 points is the team from Oklahoma State University. Two points higher, your winning team in swine judging, the Red Raiders from Texas Tech University. Team members Connor Kern, Connor Brew, Daniel Lujan, Walker Hemphill, Ashley Peterson, and Kate Stedgy. Thank you. Top 10 in sheep and goat judging, senior college, 300 points possible, 10th high individual from Penn State University, 288, Heidi Barkley. Ninth high individual, 288 points as well from Texas A&M University, Jenna Wheeler. 1 point higher in eighth, 289 points from Oklahoma State, Calvin Johnson. Seventh high individual with 290 points. We had a multiple tie here, 4 individuals with that score. Your seventh high individuals from South Dakota State University, Stratton Woodaway. Sixth high individual from Texas A&M, Dalton Flatt. Same score, 290 points from Texas Tech. In fifth is Connor Brew. Winning the tiebreaker, 290 points, broken on reasons within sheep and goats. Fourth high individuals, Oklahoma State University's Maddie Haynes. 2 points higher, 292. Third place goes to Texas A&M's Jacob Jewell. Second high individual, actually we had a tie for high individual in sheep and goat judging. Broken on reasons, your second high individual from South Dakota State University, Murray Perkins. And winning that competition in sheep and goats from Kansas State University, your high individual, Andrew Anderson. Top 5 teams in sheep and goat judging. Fifth high team had a score of 1398. Those are the Red Raiders from Texas Tech University. Fourth high team, 1,409 points, the Wildcats from Kansas State University. Third high team, 1,422 points, are the Jackrabbits from South Dakota State University. Second high team in sheep and goat judging with 1,429 points, Oklahoma State University. And the winning team, if we could have all the team members come forward, to high team in sheep and goat judging, 1,436 points from Texas A&M University, led by Jacob Jewell, Dalton Flatt, Jenna Wheeler, Caden Malm, Kyle Despain, and Paige Dupin. Okay, top 10 individuals in cattle judging, senior college, 500 points possible. 10th high individual with 473 points from Texas A&M, Jenna Wheeler. Ninth high individual with one additional point from Western Illinois, Kyle Webster. Same score, same school. 8th high individual in cattle is Laramie Jackson. 1 point higher in 7th from South Dakota State University, 475 points, Clay Sundberg. Tie for 5th and 6th with 477 points. Your 6th high individual from Wyoming, originally from Colorado, Holly Heckendorf. Winning that tiebreaker, 477 points from South Dakota State, Bronson Smith. 1 point higher in 4th from Oklahoma State University, Maddie Haynes. 1 point higher in 3rd, 479 points from Texas A&M, Jacob Jewell. 1 point higher in 2nd, 480 points. Originally from Wyoming, now from Texas A&M University, Caden Malm. And your high individual in cattle judging, 482 out of 500 points. Tremendous score. Texas Tech Red Raiders, Walker. Texas Ranger, Hemphill. Congratulations, Walker.
You want to tell him what he's winning? What is he winning? You want to tell him what he's got the bronze bull for? Let's see.
He did get the coveted bronze bull from the American Hereford Association. It's one of the top awards they like to win, and the second high individual getting a really nice traveling luggage from the Cattlemen's Congress. Congratulations to our top individuals in cattle judging.
Here's the high individual in beef reasons.
Can we do it for?
Yep, you can do that right now. That's for senior college. We'll do the junior college when we do the other ones.
Okay. Okay, while we have you guys down here, we do have one additional award for the high individual in beef cattle reasons. You gave 4 sets. There's 200 points possible. You had to have 191 points to get this award, and that goes to Oklahoma State's Maddie Haynes.
Here's your top teams in cattle.
Top 5 teams in cattle judging. 5th high team, 2,316 points. The Red Raiders from Texas Tech University. 5th high team in cattle judging. 1 point higher in fourth with 23-17 is Kansas State University. Third high team in cattle judging, 2,334 points, are the Jackrabbits from South Dakota State University. Second high team in cattle judging, 2354, Oklahoma State University. And winning cattle judging with 2363, the Aggies from Texas A&M University. Team members are Caden Malm, Jacob Jewell, Jenna Wheeler, Dalton Flatt, Kyle Despain, and Paige Dupin.
So do you want to go ahead and do the high individual in junior college beef reasons?
I can.
If you want, or you can do it later, whatever you want.
What if we do it when we have them down here
That's
for
fine.
top
I have
reasons?
their top reasons here. A lot of them are the same if you want to just bring all the top 10 reasons and individuals
Okay, we'll just
in
get
junior
all of
college.
them down.
Yep,
Okay.
so there's your
And then we'll give
reasons.
that.
Yep, that sounds good.
Okay, now we're going to jump back to junior college. We're going to go ahead and call down the top 10 in reasons and the top 10 overall. And while you're down here, we'll get you that high individual and cattle reasons out of the junior college. Yeah. So if the following would come down, these are the top in reasons. If I could please have Jordan Kendrick, Lauren Erickson, Paige Miller, Hadley Albrecht, Kyler Lee, Katie Kempen, Martha Manning, Kristen Massengill, Logan Jackson, and Grace Olinger. I'm also going to call down the top overall. Please come down, some of the same individuals. If I could please have Mesa Ware, Maddie Schroeder, Kristen Massengill, Logan Jackson, Katie Kempen, Kyler Lee, Lauren Erickson, Paige Miller, Caitlin Gunnan, and Martha Manning. Want me to read these top 10 reasons, and then we'll give the top individual and beef reasons, and then we'll do the team reasons? Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Don't let me forget that. Very end.
Go ahead. Top individuals in reasons, they talked 8 sets of oral reasons this afternoon, and they did so in pretty good time. We were done before 4:30. That's a quick day for them. They started this morning at 8 o'clock, and we kept them on pace. They didn't have a lot of downtime. These individuals, and they had the possibility of 400 points, and you had to have 373 to make the top 10 in junior college reasons. Your 10th high individual from Northeastern Junior College, Grace Olinger. 1 point higher at 374, also from Northeastern Junior College, Jordan Kendrick. 1 point more in 8, 375 from Connor State College, Logan Jackson. Tie for 6th and 7th with 376 from the same team, Connor State College. Your 7th high individual, Lauren Erickson. Winning that tiebreaker from Connor State College is Kristen Massengill. 1 point higher in 5th from Butler Community College, Paige Miller. Had a tie for 3rd and 4th with 378 points. In 4th from Butler Community College, Martha Manning. Winning that tiebreaker in 3rd from South Plains is Hadley Albrecht. And after all those reasons, we had a tie for high individual. 381 points is a tremendous score. Your 2nd high individual from Connor State College, Katie Kempen. And winning oral reasons, 381 points from Northern Oklahoma College, Kyler Lee. Okay, the winning beef reasons. Okay.
The American English Association sponsored the High Individuals leather briefcase there.
Okay.
And the High Individual and Reasons.
In your high individual and junior college reasons, Mr. Lee got a from the American Angus Association a leather briefcase, and he also got a calf hide from the Cattlemen's Congress. If you guys hold up just a minute, I've got one more award, and the reserve champion individual got the rolling suitcase. We didn't give you earlier, but the high individual and beef reasons gets a special award. We had a tie for that between these same two individuals that tied for overall reasons, and we broke it. And the high individual and beef reasons is Katie Kempen.
Thank you.
Okay, top 5 teams in junior college reasons. Fifth high team with 1,813 points. 1,800 is a 90%. That's a 45 average. The fifth high team with 1,813 is NOC, Northern Oklahoma College. Fourth high team at 1,839 points, Northeastern Junior College. Third high team at 1,841 points, South Plains College. If we could have a representative, please, from South Plains. Here he comes. Your reserve champion team in oral reasons with 1,848 points. That's just a little over a 46-point average as a team, which is really, really good. That's the team from Butler Community College. They get a canvas wrap from the Cattlemen's College. Your winning team had a score of 1,878. 1,880 is a 47-point average. That's a tough task to average as a team. This team almost did that. 1,878 points. Your winning team in oral reasons is Connors State College. And they are receiving?
What'd you say? And they're receiving picture frames from Shane Bedwell family.
They're receiving picture frames from Mr. Shane Bedwell. He and I both grew up in Barber County, Kansas, and he's now at the American Hereford Association. Thank you to Shane Bedwell and his family for presenting picture frames to the top individuals here on the winning junior college oral reasons team. And congratulations to Connors State.
Remind them if they were top 10 individuals, because we already called them down. Or did we?
Yeah, we did.
I thought we did, but they're not all down here.
I called them all.
Yeah, I know. I think they might be here. We'll just say them. Some of them are here.
Okay, we're going to move right on. If it's okay with you guys, we're going to name the top 10 individuals in junior college overall. Possible score of 1,000. Had to have 939 to make the top 10 today. Your 10th high individual from Butler Community College is Martha Manning. Ninth high individual had one additional point from Connors State College, Mesa Ware. I'm pretty sure Mesa has the brightest blue boots of any contestant in the contest. I even complimented her on those today. Eighth high individual, 942 points from Clarendon College, Caitlin Gunnan. Seventh high individual had 1 point more at 943 from Connors State College, Maddie Schroeder. Sixth high individual had 1 point more from Butler Community College, Paige Miller. Fifth high individual had 945 points from Connors State College, Kristen Massengale. Fourth high individual with 957 points, also from Connor State, is Lauren Erickson. Third high individual with 959 points from Connor State College, Logan Jackson. Your reserve champion individual receiving a rolling suitcase from the American Hereford Association. Your second high individual, 962 points from Northern Oklahoma College, Kyler Lee. And the high individual will receive
It's a garment bag from the Wagner family.
a garment bag from the Wagner family. We greatly appreciate both the Wagner brothers coming and helping us and supporting our contest financially as well. But just having both of them here this morning to help us was really a blessing. I appreciate them coming. And the high individual will also.
Cowboy hat from Shorty's Cowboy Hattery.
The high individual is also going to get a cowboy hat from Shorty's. Those are pretty neat.
I had the garment bag mixed up. It's actually a cowhide, but it's all good.
Okay. I'm wearing one of Shorty's hats. You'll like them. The good people to work with. 967 points from Connor State College, Katie Kempen.
The garment bag is on the next one, I think.
I'm going to read 10 this time since it's top overall.
That's perfect.
Okay, this time I'm going to read the top 10 overall after we get this picture. Ears forward, here we go. One more, here we go.
Okay, do it.
I'm going to name the top 10 teams. Do we have something for each all the way to 10th? We do. So some of you are not down here, so please make your way down. The 10th high team, very respectable score, 45-71, is well up over 90% today, is Fort Scott Community College. If we could have a representative, please, from Fort Scott. Please come on down for 10th.
Will you remind the teams to please stay because the coaches draw us at the very end, and all the high winning teams need to take a picture of the photo backdrop as well.
So Cass just reminded me that we're going to do a drawing, so coaches, please don't leave. We have a drawing for all coaches who had a team in the contest today for a gift certificate to Shorty's. And I think you said, I think Taylor told me it's valued at $750. Most of you have never worn a cowboy hat worth that much money. $750, hopefully that's enough to keep you here, so that we're going to have that drawing later on. 9th high team with a score of 45-97, actually 8th and 9th tied. 9th high team is Northeastern Junior College, NJC, 9th high team.
They're coming way up there.
Those of you that are going to have these you know if you had a good day or not. If you've already decide which one you're going to send down, that would be helpful. Winning that tiebreaker and finishing in 8th with the same score of 45-97 is Belen College. If we could have a representative, please, from Belen College. Seventh high team had a score of 45-99 from the salt capital of the world, Hutchinson Community College. Hutchinson, please, in 7th.
We're gonna swap you out. Just go through 'em. I guess we should just have a rep from each of the teams come down next time.
I guess that's probably the best way. Our sixth high team in the junior college overall competition with a score of 46-16. As a coach, you think if we can score 4,600, that's going to be tremendous, a really, really good score. 4,600 got you up in the top six. Your sixth place team is South Plains College. South Plains College in sixth. Hutchinson is seventh. Congratulations. Taylor's going to take the ribbons to South Plains in sixth. Fifth high team with 46-26 is Eastern Oklahoma State College. Eastern Oklahoma State College.
They're coming from all the way up there. I see him. He's in the blue coat up there. See?
Is that door locked right there?
I don't know. I was wondering that. I don't know how I get over to.
Your fourth high team with a score of 46-31, Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. The third high team had a score of 46-41. That's the team from Northern Oklahoma College. Third high team.
Reserve champion team will get plaques from the American Herpet Association, canvas wraps, and a banner from the Cattlemen's Congress.
Okay. So you said from the Herpet Association they're getting plaques. Okay.
And a banner and canvas wraps.
The reserve champion team will get banners and plaques from the American Herpet Association. They're also going to get banners from the Cattlemen's Congress
Canvas wraps from Cattlemen.
and the canvas wraps from the Cattlemen's. At a score of 46-75, that's normally good enough to win, but not today. Your reserve champion team with 46-75, the team from Butler Community College. We'd like all of them to come down. I do not have all their names, but we'd like the entire team, your reserve champion team from Butler Community College, and bring your coach along with you, please.
What they're going to get? The coach of the champion team.
They're just walking, so it's going to take them a minute.
Okay. Do you want to say what they're getting and then we'll announce it?
Yeah. The champion team is going to receive
It's a cowhide from the Cattlemen's Congress.
a cowhide from the Cattlemen's Congress.
And the coach of the champion team will receive a garment bag from the Wagner family.
And the coach of the winning team, the coach of your champion team, will receive a garment bag from the Wagner family.
And a cowhide.
And a calf hide. Wow. Very nice awards. Our reserve champion team is coming right across the arena now, Butler Community College. Coached by Mr. Taylor Frank. These top two teams have been doing business and doing battle all fall and now into the spring. Congratulations, Butler Community College. Jesse. Congratulations, Butler Community College. Good job. Give them a round of applause if you would. It's a very good score. And most of you coaches know in a contest of this magnitude, if you can put 3 in the top 10 on a normal day, that's a great day. Our champion team put all 6 in the top 10. One of them doesn't even count on the team score. They outdistanced the competition by 96 points. That's a whipping, folks. Congratulations, Connor State College, your champion team at the Cattlemen's Congress. Dominant performance, coached by Nolan Hildebrand and Jesse Henson. Team members are Katie Kempen, Logan Jackson, Lauren Erickson, Kristen Massengale, Maddie Schroeder, and Mesa Ware, all in the top 9 individuals overall. Congratulations.
Okay, so what we're going to bring down now is we're going to bring down all the senior college. We're going to bring down the top individuals, the top reasons, and we're going to bring down a representative from each of these teams to stay on the floor, so that we're not having to.
Okay, we'll let you hold that for now.
Yep, I'll take that. Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh, sorry.
We're good.
While they're getting a picture of our champion junior college team, I'd like the following individuals from senior college to come down. These will be your top 10 individuals and reasons. We'll also call down the top overall individuals, and I'll also call off for make sure we have a representative from the top 10 teams. So we'll call all 3 of those groups. To start with, your top 10 individuals in senior college reasons, please come down. If I could have Andrew Anderson, Phoebe Rogers, Ellie Sinnott, Jacob Jewell, Stratton Wodaway, Ty Taylor, Jenna Wheeler, Tanner Walden, Walker Hemphill, and Maddie Haynes. Please come down, your top individuals and reasons. I don't think I have the right sheet for top overall individuals. There it is. Some of these are the same. Your top individuals overall, if you would please come down. Stratton Wodaway, Dalton Flatt, Tanner Walden, Caden Malm, Maddie Haynes, Jacob Jewell, Andrew Anderson, Bronson Smith, Jenna Wheeler, and Ty Taylor. And I'd like to make sure we have a representative. Please send somebody on down if you don't already have someone in that group.
And then do you want a team representative for reasons and overall to stay on the floor?
If we could have, make sure we have a representative down here for the top 5 teams and reasons. Those are Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, South Dakota State, Kansas State, and Texas A&M University. Please come down. I need those for top 5 teams and reasons. And your top 10 teams overall, if I could have a representative from Nebraska, Western Illinois, Texas Tech, South Dakota State, Texas A&M, Kansas State, Wyoming, Oklahoma State, West Texas A&M, and Iowa State. Please send at least one representative down if you didn't have one already.
Would you like to thank these sponsors before we move on? Like, they're just listed individually. They all just gave sponsorship to various things.
We have a whole list of sponsors as those individuals are coming down. I'd like to thank Umbarger Feeds. That's Annie Grinstead from Bargersville, Indiana. The American Angus Association, Miss Jacqueline Upperman representing them. The American Hereford Association, Miss Amy Cowan. American Maine and Jew Association, Mr. Blake Nelson, who was one of our cattle officials and chair of the cattle committee this morning. The American Shorthorn Association, Mr. Monty Souls. The Connors Ag Group, Mr. Jerry McPeak. Gerald and Jennifer Callahan. Tyler and Beth Norvell. The Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association, Mr. Michael Kelsey is their leader. Express Ranches, I already mentioned Gerald Callahan and Mr. Funk. Thank you very much. Oklahoma Pork Council, Nikki Snyder. The Wagner family, Mr. David Wagner, his family. Nutrition by Design, Steve McGowan. Westway Feed, Jeremy Viator. The Livestock Judging Committee, in care of Jeff Schrader from Spring Branch, Texas, and Mr. Shane Bedwell from the American Hereford Association. Those are sponsors for the judging contest. Okay, looks like we've got them down here now. The top individuals in oral reasons. We did give 8 sets, just like the junior college. Possible score of 400. You had to have 371 points to make the top 10. Your 10th high individual with 371 points from Oklahoma State University, Mr. Ty Taylor. 1 point higher, 372 points from South Dakota State, Stratton Wodaway. You're a leader, just decide. Right there will work. 8th high individual, 373 points. We had a tie for 7th and 8th. Your 8th high individual from Texas A&M is Jenna Wheeler. Same score, same university, 7th high individual, Jacob Jewell. 6th high individual with 375 points, and we had several of those. 6th high individuals from Oklahoma State, Tanner Walden. 5th high individual with 375 points from Indiana, now at South Dakota State University, Miss Ellie Sennett. Also 375 points from Texas Tech, Walker Hemphill. Winning that 375-point score, your 3rd high individual from Oklahoma State, Phoebe Rogers. And after 8 sets of reasons, just as we had in junior college, we have a tie for high individual and senior college reasons. A tremendous score, 379. 2nd high individual goes to Oklahoma State's Maddie Haynes. And your high individual, same score, broken, such that your high individual comes from Kansas State University, Andrew Anderson.
Receiving a leather briefcase from the American Angus Association.
He gets a leather briefcase from the American Angus Association, and looks like he has a cowhide from the Cattlemen's Congress. Congratulations. You all started the morning hoping to make the top 10 in reasons, and these are the ones who did it. Congratulations. Excellent scores. Top teams. Okay, top 5 teams in oral reasons. 5th high team had a score of 1827. I told you earlier 1800 is a 45 average. 5th high team, 1827, is Kansas State University. If I could have a representative from Kansas State. Fourth high team with a score of 1831, the Jackrabbits, South Dakota State University. Third high team, a score of 1,836 points, the Red Raiders from Texas Tech. Reserve champion team in oral reasons had a score of 1850, the Aggies from Texas A&M University. And the winning team in oral reasons with a score of 1867 is the team from Oklahoma State University. Those team members led by Maddie Haynes, Phoebe Rogers, Tanner Walden, Ty Taylor, Macy Gretzka, and Calvin Johnson. Coached by Dr. Parker Henley. Top 10 individuals overall, 1,000 points possible. You had to have a 942 to be the top 10. 10th high individual from South Dakota State University, Stratton Wodaway. 9th high individual, 946 points from Oklahoma State, Ty Taylor. Tie between 7th and 8th between teammates with 950 points. Your 8th individual, Dalton Flat. 7th individual from A&M, same score as Jenna Wheeler. 1 point higher in 6th from Oklahoma State, Tanner Walden. 5th individual, 953, tied for 4th, 4th and 5th. 5th goes to South Dakota State's Bronson Smith. Finishing in 4th with 953, Texas A&M's Caden Malm. 1 point higher at 954. 3rd individual, Kansas State's Andrew Anderson. Reserve champion individual, Cass, will get a rolling suitcase from the Cattlemen's College. Your 2nd high individual, reserve champion individual with 955 points, Oklahoma State University's Maddie Haynes. High individual will get a cowboy hat from Shorty's and a calf hide. A young man that's tall enough to hunt geese with a rake, Jacob Jewell from Texas A&M University, 957 points.
I have one quick announcement before we go into the high team, just so. All right. I just have one quick announcement before we move on to the high teams overall. Just a reminder, the results will be posted on judgingcard.com at 9 p.m. Bree and Rusty have a hard copy printed off of each school's tally sheet, and every coach can come down to the stage and get a copy from Bree and Rusty right back here. And if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to contact Rusty Gauze. We certainly appreciate all of you guys for coming tonight. We just wanted to get those announcements in. Coaches, I'll email you the list of thank you notes. If you could please send notes to all of our sponsors and all of our providers of livestock as well.
Okay, top teams.
There we go.
Okay, I'm going to read the top 10 teams. Assume each of you sent a representative down. The 10th high team had a score of 44-51, and that's the team from Iowa State University. Ninth high team, 45-23, is the team from Nebraska. Eighth high team had a score of 45-38. That's the team from West Texas A&M. Seventh high team had a score of 45-87. That's the team from Western Illinois. Sixth high team had a score of 46-07. That's a really good score. The Cowboys from Wyoming. Fifth high team, 46-41, are the Red Raiders from Texas Tech University. Fourth high team had a score of 46-72, the Wildcats from Kansas State. Third high team, 46-94, are the Jackrabbits from South Dakota State University. The top two teams both got up over 4,700 today's contest. Your reserve champion team receiving
Banners and canvas wraps.
going to receive banners and canvas wraps. Your reserve champion team had a score of 47-22. And I think we'd like the entire team for the reserve champion team to come down, please. That is the team from Oklahoma State University, coached by Dr. Parker Henley.
coach of the champion team will receive a garment bag from the Wagner family.
Our champion team, we'll call off in a minute, will receive a banner and a cowhide, I assume from Cattlemen's Congress.
Yep.
And the coach will receive a
Garment bag from the Wagner family.
garment bag from the Wagner family,
And a calf hide.
as well as a calf hide. So your winning team, have we gotten this picture?
Oh, they're waiting on some.
Those of you on the reserve champion team, please come on down.
Thanks for coming right there. That'd be kind of cool. I was thinking he could do the thing and I could say what they did. Go back for it. Do a little comment. I said, just thought about it.
Okay, I want to thank a couple of people before we announce our champion team. They're sitting right here beside me. Mr. Rusty Gause, our youth livestock specialist. We're very fortunate to have at Oklahoma State. And Bree Elliott assisted him today. They did an excellent job tabulating our contest. Please give them a nice round of applause for coming and helping us today. Put in a lot of time and getting ready for the contest. And I have all the confidence in the world that it's tabulated well, it's accurate. Bree Taylor, sorry. They did a great job. Our champion team had a score of 47-46, a tremendous score. Those are the Aggies from Texas A&M University, led by Jacob Jewell, Caden Malm, Jenna Wheeler, Dalton Flatt, Kyle Despain, and Paige Dupin, led by their new coach on his maiden voyage at Texas A&M, Caleb Boardman, and assisted by Kylie Patterson. Congratulations to Texas A&M, your champion team at this year's Cattlemen Congress. Who's going to do that?
Thanks for your 9th and 10th high teams of junior college. Maybe come down and get a swap.
Hey, we gotta announce this before they leave.
Who are the 9th and 10th? Who are the 9th and 10th?
Overall, let's see.
We need to swap awards.
Yep, here is your coach. Laramie County Community College. I don't know who that is.
I competed against him when I judged. I'd like to have the 9th and 10th place teams from junior college. We need to come down and swap awards. Apparently they got mixed.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good job. Thanks for letting me tease you. Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations. Good job. Good job, young man. Congratulations, KP. Good job. Great job, coach. Congratulations. Very good job. You look sharp today.
We got to do the coaches draw.
Folks, we did a coaches draw, so this is not a small deal. $750 for a hat from Shorty's. Turns out to be a guy that coaches up there in Cowboy Land. The coach from Laramie County Community College. Laramie County Community College, please come on down. I don't have your name. Laramie County Community College's coach is going to win $750 gift certificate to Shorty's.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they're gone.
Teams that entered and then
Oh,
weren't
they're gone?
eligible, so
They picked someone else.
they didn't compete today.
They're like all gone.
So they can't
I don't think
I
he's
think
here.
they're gone, they said.
Yeah, he was one of the teams that wasn't
have
eligible.
to be present to win, don't you?
He was? This was? Oh, pick a new one. Sorry, we got to pick a new one. Sorry.
Pitch till you win.
They're probably gone too. I don't know. What do I need to
Okay, they just informed me that you have to be present to win that gift certificate from Shorty, so we picked another coach. We drew again, and this time that certificate is going to the coach of Northeast Community College. Northeast Community College, if your coach is still here, please come on down.
Where do I get the score sheets for the Mary wanted to pick?
Scott. The 9th and 10th place teams overall.
Yes, in junior college.
Overall in junior college, I believe it was NJC and Fort Scott. Please come and swap out your ribbons.
Yeah, I think Blake.
Perfect.